Hi everyone, and thanks for tuning in to my first comprehensive running shoe review of the ASICS Metaspeed Edge Plus. My channel's starting to grow here. I'm starting to get some more subscribers, and as I'll say at the end, I pay for all these shoes with my own money. It would be great to get some more people listening to my thoughts, which are all my own. So I don't usually ask for subscriptions and to hit that like button, but I'm going to ask for it this time. Go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe and ring the bell if you want to get some more running shoe videos. I've got some music videos and everything too. But let's get to the ASICS Metaspeed Edge Plus. Thanks, guys.
Good morning. It's the day after doing the 1 mile time trial, and I'm going to take these guys out for their first run against my better judgment. Legs aren't too sore, but I'm not doing a speed workout or anything. Just going to see how they are on a 80-minute run or so. Just took this guy out and took care of his needs, so now it's time to take care of mine. So let's get going. Sizing, I went up half a size based off of how I was in the original Metaspeed Edge. My right foot feels good. Might be a little bit long. Left foot definitely feels long, but tolerably so. I still think I made the right decision to go up half a size like I did in the Metaspeed Sky. I might be a little bit cramped, or at least it would be in my head if I were still going true to size in these, based off of how the original Metaspeed Edge fit me. Well, about a 76-minute run. Just over 10 1/3 miles. Yeah, I can tell the difference between the Edge Plus and the Sky Plus. It's subtle, but it's definitely there, maybe because I'm looking for it. I am definitely a cadence runner. My easy pace cadence is a little over 180 steps per minute, and when I speed up, my cadence speeds up, so I'm a textbook cadence runner. When I get to 5K pace, I'm close to 200 steps per minute. And I can definitely tell the difference under the forefoot with these. I know it's a higher drop and the plate is scooped a little bit lower than the Metaspeed Sky Plus. And I can feel that extra little bit of give when I'm really pressing on my forefoot. I'm more of a forefoot striker. I did the right thing with the sizing. After getting a few miles in them, it felt like the spacing was natural in the forefoot, so going up a half size for me was the right way to go. But yeah, very responsive. Not the softest of super shoes, and I don't think they're trying to be, and that's actually not a bad thing, because I'm definitely not fighting against them. I find on the uphills they seem very efficient. Of course the Sky Plus did too. Yeah, my easy run effort yielded, a little bit faster than easy run pace, and it might just be because it's it's a beautiful morning for a run right now. It's in the mid-40s Fahrenheit, and even after that mile time trial, I just felt good. So yeah, very impressed with this first initial quote easy run. I'm gonna try and take on a couple of workouts this week. So I just did my second run in the ASICS Metaspeed Edge Plus. Wanted to do a workout with some intervals and then take them through the paces a little bit more. Did an extended warm-up, about 4 miles of warm-up, which started off kind of easy, a little fast, easy, and then progressed through marathon pace to try and get the heart rate up, maybe even a little faster than marathon pace at the end. And then went to the track and did 2x400, 4x800, 2x400. The 400s were, I was shooting for about 78, and I did a 78 and a 76, and then for the first two. In the 400s, I was shooting for 245, and they were all between 242 and 244. And then the last two 400s were in a 77 and a 76. And this is what I think of with a super shoe is more of a marathon, half marathon shoe, although
at least going in, that's what I thought, but it did not feel out of place at some of those faster reps, especially in the 800s. It felt like it was moving pretty fluidly with my stride, at least. And then on the cool down, I was able to pick up the pace a little bit more, and for the last little bit, get back towards marathon pace again. So very impressed with the versatility so far after a couple of runs. I think I want to take them on one more run, maybe a sustained tempo run, before I really kind of finalize my thoughts on them. But yeah, ASICS Metaspeed Edge Plus. All right, I'm headed over to Anthony's house for my third run in the Metaspeed Edge Plus. It's going to be a steady state tempo run, about 20 minutes at LT pace with a little bit of warm up, a little bit of cool down. 3, 2, 1, go. About 4.5 minutes in, averaging right around 6 flat pace. Feeling pretty smooth. A little more than halfway through, averaging just under 6, 5:57 pace-ish. Still smooth. 15 minutes in, 5 minutes left. A little bit of a struggle, still smooth though. Time! Woo! .556 pace, average for 20 minutes. A little bit better than I expected. How was that last mile?
That was good.
That was good. So we're on a cool down, back to Anthony's house. Pretty pleased with how that went. Lucked out with the weather. We were both in the mid 550s for 20 minutes, which for me might be a little bit faster than threshold pace, somewhere between 10K and 10 mile pace. But I am very pleased with these shoes. They work with me. They don't fight me. They roll pretty easily. I like the placement of the plate, maybe a little better than the Metaspeed Sky Plus. Just had to catch a little bit of this sunrise too. I don't know if that's better. Hey buddy, what do you think? Should we talk about all these shoes and compare them with the Metaspeed Edge? I think so. I think we'll do this outside because it's nice weather. It's Friday afternoon. It's the end of Teacher Appreciation Week. So yeah, we'll just enjoy the fresh air and do some shoe geek talking. Yeah? Okay, so this week I've done 3 runs in the ASICS Metaspeed Edge Plus, and one of them has been kind of a 10-mile base pace run, an easy run, not exactly a long run. Of course, it was a little fast for easy pace. The other one has been an interval run, some track intervals, 400s and 800s, but I also threw some marathon pace in the warm-up. And then this morning, I did a steady state tempo run, a 20-minute tempo run with a little bit of warm-up and cool down. So I think I've kind of taken it through all the paces and want to give a comprehensive review, but I'm going to compare it with a whole bunch of the other shoes that I think it's worth putting up against. And as I kept looking through the closet, there are a lot of shoes that I think are worth talking about here. Disclosures, I bought all these shoes with my money, so all of my opinions are my own. If you watch the channel, you know that I'm kind of a musician on the side as well as a school teacher, so all of my musician money goes towards my other hobby, which is running. So that's why I have too many pairs of racing shoes. So this is the guy that we're mainly talking about. and I think it's a very well-rounded racer that will work for a lot of things and last for quite a while. This is the Metaspeed Edge. This is the Edge Plus. This is the most recent. This is the first version. I have about 80 to 90 miles on this, 80 something miles. The reason I went up a half size in this is a men's 10 US and this is a men's 9.5, is because this one was just crushing my toes. And when I put it on, it's still very tight. It's not bad to run in. Now, I will still run in this shoe, but I'm gonna wear Band-Aids on my pinky and big toes on both feet if I'm gonna do that, because I know it's gonna be too tight. It's blistered me more than once. But I would take this, you know, just for a fast interval day. Big differences in the level of cushion here. My research says this has 16% more fresh foam turbo, and it's well used. So it gains a bit of weight. It gains more than half an ounce. Probably gains 18 to 20 grams, and then maybe another couple, considering this is a half size up. Still a great shoe, the original Edge, but I don't think I could take this much more than a half marathon. In fact, its sweet spot is probably more in the 8K to 10K range. Metaspeed Sky Plus, which is the stride specialist counterpart to the Edge Plus, which is the cadence runner. And of course, I am a cadence runner. I'm always above 180 steps per minute. When I increase speed, I increase cadence, sometimes closer to 200 steps per minute. Supposedly this one has more foam, especially under the forefoot. And if I throw up a picture, then you can kind of tell under the forefoot that the Sky Plus definitely has more foam. And the plate placement is different. If you look at, you know, where the foam is separated here, not separated, where the two layers come together, the plate comes up very high, close to the foot, it's very level, whereas in the Edge, the plate comes down very low, and there's a lot of foam between the foot and the plate. And I think that also has a lot to do with the wear. These two shoes, if you look at the picture, they have about the same amount of mileage, but there's a little more wear on that lateral midfoot, that lateral forefoot, on the Sky Plus. And I think that might have to do with there's more foam below the plate, so it flexes a little bit more below the plate, whereas with the Edge Plus, the part of foam that's below the plate is not quite as flexible, but I still get a lot of flex above the plate. And I'll talk about the foot feel of that too. The foot feel kind of reminds me a little bit more of this, which I have done a full review on, and that is the Hoka Rocket X 2. I believe this is a softer shoe than the Edge Plus. I would use them for a lot of the same things. I think I would take them both to marathon distance. The Edge Plus I think would do better at half marathon distance than marathon, although I'm considering it for my fall marathon shoe. It's on the short list right now. Both of these are. This I would definitely reach for a 10K before I reach for the Hoka, for the Rocket X2. Both fantastic shoes, both work with my stride. This one, the geometry is actually a lot more similar to the Sky Plus, but the feeling, the roll off, the wanting to go forward is definitely more similar to the Edge Plus. The Edge Plus is just going to be a firmer, more responsive give. And these are both going to last quite a while too. This one has a bit more mileage, and you can tell there's a little bit of fray on there, but the outsole is still pretty golden. I'm showing you the left shoe in all of these shoes that I'm going to talk about, because the left shoe is the one where I show wear more prominently in every shoe. Can't not talk about the Vaporfly. I don't have the my air conditioning unit just came on, so I'll talk a little louder. I don't have the Vaporfly Next Percent 2, and I'm going to get the Vaporfly Next Percent 3. Without even running in that, I know that's going to be on my short list for Chicago in the fall, just because I know Vaporfly's work. The Vaporfly has probably the biggest wheelhouse out of any shoe on the table here. You can run fast in it, you can run long in it, but with me, durability is always up in the air with the Vaporfly. They're good for a couple of good races, maybe a handful, but then I don't really want to use them on key workouts because, as I've shown this one on this channel before, 150 miles, and I'm really shaving away the midsole, really seeing the plate kind of shear through the outsole there. And on the pair of these, the bright green pair that I retired, that was less than 250 miles, and the carbon plate was protruding and making contact with the ground. Now, I was really tough on that pair, but still, I feel like the Edge Plus is something I can train in and race in and still get a better mileage per dollar out of. And since I'm paying for all my shoes, that's important. Talking about mileage per dollar, I think the Adidas Adios Pro 3 is going to match the Edge Plus in mileage per dollar. And this is a great shoe for half marathon, marathon. I wore this at the craft beer half marathon. And I would definitely wear it for a marathon. I considered it for Ellerby, which is a hilly marathon. This foam is a bit firmer, not quite as bouncy. You still get a good response, and the outsole rubber is going to be solid. It's going to last for quite a while. I think it will last for at least as long as the Edge Plus, maybe longer. I just don't know that I get the pop that I get from the Edge Plus, because this still feels like a PBA-based foam. It's closer to this as far as flavor. This is gonna feel the same for longer. This is gonna allow me to roll through a wider spectrum of paces, I think. As far as versatility, it's hard to beat the Saucony Endorphin Pro 3. I'm having to remember the names of all these shoes here. This one's seen quite a bit of mileage, including a marathon victory at Ellerby. And the beaded foam, it's taken a beating here, but has about the same amount of mileage as the Vaporfly, which has taken more of a beating. Versatile shoe. I would take this through 10K through the marathon. Obviously, I've done that already. Great outsole, although in my high wear areas, it smooths out really quickly. This is definitely going to be a softer, more forgiving ride than the Edge Plus or the Sky Plus. However, I think this one feels faster. Which one of these would I want at the very end of a marathon? Not sure. Maybe the Saucony, but I would definitely take this one for a half marathon. Unless we're a really hilly half marathon, I'm not worried about a PR, and I just want to be comfortable because it's hard to beat the fit of this one. I can go in my natural size here, and the midsole feels great from toe through heel. This one, you really feel the roll, you really feel the want to push forward. This one has a smooth roll off, but you're feeling the same softness of midsole all the way through. I've done a workout / review of this shoe, the New Balance SC Elite V3, and this is a supercritical foam. It's not PBA based, but I do like the way that the plate works with it. It has a very similar scoop to the Edge Plus. The Edge Plus, I think, is going to be a bit more propulsive. Not a lot of wear on this, about the same amount of mileage here, just a little bit of smoothing of the outsole rubber, a little bit of fraying of the FuelCell foam, but the FuelCell foam I think is going to hold up. This would be, I could definitely race in this. If someone said I had to race in a New Balance shoe, I would not hesitate to race in this. Given the choice, I think I would race in this for almost every distance over the SC Elite V3. But I could definitely use this as a racer trainer, get in a lot of marathon pace miles. I've taken it on hill repeats before. Super fun shoe to run in. And I think a lot of people will find this upper very comfortable. It's kind of polarizing. Some people don't like the one piece, booty fit. This is a non-gusseted tongue, and I know gusseted tongues are en vogue right now. I didn't have any problems with this. Like I said, the only problem with fit with the Metaspeed series shoes is me having to go up a half size. And I've talked about after one of those runs that was a good thing to do. And finally, I've talked about the AlphaFly Next Percent 2. After using it for a marathon and pacing a half marathon and a couple of other runs, this is not the racing shoe for me. I think I can use it as a long trainer, and I know a lot of people are AlphaFly or go home, but I think I enjoy running in the Edge Plus and pretty much most of these other shoes a lot more than the AlphaFly any day for any kind of race. Not to say it's a bad shoe, but something like this, which is a little bit more like a shoe, works better for me. Now, at the release of this video, we've seen some people racing in the prototype AlphaFly 3, and that's set to come out sometime soon, which looks a little bit less like a decoupled midsole and more like one big boat of a midsole. I don't know, maybe that one will be different. I don't think I'm going to be spending my gig money on that. I am happy with spending my money on this. I'll get plenty of workouts in and maybe some key races out of this shoe. I do have a 10 miler coming up next weekend. I don't know if I'm going to be racing in this shoe or something new. You'll just have to stay tuned for that. I don't think I'll put up a poll for that one. I might want to decide on that one myself. So I hope, even after going through a tangent on a lot of these shoes, you've gotten a good idea of how the Metaspeed Edge Plus works for me. Like I said, I think the Sky Plus gets a lot of love. It gets a lot of airtime because there are a lot of stride runners out there. But if you're a cadence runner like me, I think this is worth a look. I don't find it in as many places as I find this, as far as local running stores. But I think it deserves its place. So that is my review. Thank you for watching to the end. The channel continues to grow, and I don't usually ask for subscriptions or to punch that like button or whatever, but go ahead and do that. We'll see if we can keep this channel growing, and then maybe one day I won't have to spend my hard-earned gig money on all of these racing shoes, and people will send me shoes to review. We'll see. Might be a pipe dream, but I'm gonna keep running in them and sharing my thoughts. Thanks, guys.